What's up, YouTube? It's Port Hunter here again. I wanted to do a follow-up on my last video about meat storage. Um, Something we've had in the past where those freezers that we were storing some of our meat in, one of them got shut off on accident and we lost that meat. So I just wanted to touch on that danger of storing your meat in freezers. If you're going to do that, I'd recommend you have some sort of backup to run those freezers if a situation like that happens, because preparedness is not just about the things that could happen in the future, but things that are, a regular occurrence, like power outages. If the power goes out, you want to make sure that stuff stays frozen. So recommend having a generator or a battery backup that you can run those freezers and your refrigerator off of if the power goes out. um, it's going to be, you know, you're going to be having a bad day if those freezers go out and you go out there and find out that your meat's all rotten. I was pretty upset when I found out. It was my fault that it happened. I was moving some stuff in the shed, accidentally hit the switch on it, and by the time we realized it, all the meat was rotten. So, you know, that is a real world possibility of losing power, um, especially in the wintertime. Thankfully, if the temperature is below zero, it's not a big deal. We currently have ours unplugged. Next week it's going to be in the 30s, so we're going to be plugging them back in. But that is in the summertime, it's a possibility. It could be a thunderstorm, it could be somebody running into a freaking power pole or something like that and knock out the power. And it could be out for a couple hours, it could be out for days. So, in 70, 90 degree weather, a couple of days of the power being out, you're going to lose all that meat. So you want to be prepared for that. You want to have some sort of backup plan just in case if you're storing your meat in freezers. We've had it where the power has gone out before and we were worried about that meat. Thankfully, it wasn't out for very long, so all that meat stayed frozen. But we later invested in a generator to make sure that we could run those freezers if it ever happened again. So, that's a real world possibility. It can and will happen most likely. Uh, Generators are not cheap. Battery backups are not cheap. It is a long-term investment. I recommend, if you're going to store your meat that way, save your pennies, put that money away that you can go out and get a decent generator, even a more inexpensive generator at Walmart or Fleet Farm or something like that. They're still expensive. I mean, you're looking at a few, if not, $400 or more for a decent generator to be able to run freezers, refrigerator. If you have multiple freezers, you got to make sure that it can run those freezers. So that's what we had to do, and now we have that backup plan, and now we don't worry about it. It's just generators in there. We go start it every once in a while, just make sure it's running good. We have gas for it as a backup just in case. We have that stored. So that is kind of what preparedness is all about. You just got to be prepared for those things that can and will happen. It's not like you can sit there in your house and say, oh, power outage is never going to happen. It happens all the freaking time. So if you're storing that meat, have a way to keep it cold. Have a backup plan. That's what preparedness is all about. That's what provide for your family is all about. You want to make sure that you have a way to provide. That's why we can meat now instead of keeping a lot of it frozen, because then we have a lot of long-term food storage that we don't have to worry about. So that's my whole spiel on that. I just wanted to throw that out there because that is one of the dangers of storing your meat in freezers. It can and will happen that you lose power, so be prepared for that. Save your money, get a generator. It is a long-term investment if you are looking to prepare for any future incidents for your family. So, alright, we'll see you guys in the next video.